So I hope at the very least none of you think that this is okay in any capacity.
That's it. That's my intro.
I'm Amanda, you're watching Swell Entertainment, and today we are talking about what I consider to be a very serious topic and not something that I take lightly whatsoever. I am very passionate about the safety of being online, whether you are a child creator, a teenage creator, an adult creator, someone who creates content alone and travels the way I do, whether you are someone who creates content with your spouse, in your home, on the road, whatever. I am very passionate about the safety of creators, okay? And doing this job in a way that is safe. And so when someone actively makes a choice that puts the safety of someone in danger in their own home, that is something I am vehemently against. It doesn't matter what your motivations for doing that are, you have now crossed a line. And it's next to impossible to walk back from that line. That was one way to launch into this, but I don't feel there's another way to start this off without just stating the obvious up front. So unbeknownst to me, I guess a few of you had been wanting me to talk about this topic, the feud between SSSniperwolf, SSSniperwolf, and Jacksfilms on YouTube as it pertains to reaction content, freebooting content, as Jack has been calling it, or SSSniperwolf being a freebooter. I was not aware that some of you had been waiting for me to talk about this. When I posted about, how SSSniperwolf had crossed a line, you guys were like, oh, I was wondering when you were going to talk about this whole situation. So I haven't talked about it because I frankly didn't even realize it was flipping happening. This content sphere is massive, and I just had not seen that this was currently the feud going on. I knew that there was a bunch of, reinvigoration of the talk of people getting mad at reaction creators, though I agree, reaction content is not my favorite type of content. I am someone who also has people react to my content, specifically streamers, and as long as they at the very least link me or credit me to some degree when they react to my videos or they re-upload the videos of them reacting to my stuff, that's really the best I can hope for. For example, streamer QT Cinderella reacted to my video reviewing her event, the Streamer Awards. So she streamed herself reacting to my video and talking about it, and then posted that video as well to one of her YouTube channels, I believe. Do I have a problem with that? No, because she said, shout out Swell Entertainment or like credit to Swell Entertainment or something like that in her comment sections, but also it's like, even if she hadn't have done that, is there anything to be gained from me going after Cutie Cinderella? Not particularly, okay? And it's not even like it's a matter of being gained. It's like, is this a battle I really want to get involved in? And it's not even so much that I think that you linking me is going to lead to people going and watching that video. No, but I think it's just the nice thing to do at the very least. Oh, you want me to credit everyone when I do a compilation of me reacting? Yeah, credit them. Hell, here's a tweet of all the videos I reacted to with all the links. There's enough space in the description box for you to slam everyone's, link, okay? You can do it. Now, I feel like people are going to go back and forth. It's like, well, Amanda, you do commentary content. Commentary, in my understanding, is a completely different ballpark than reaction content, because typically with commentary, I'm using the actual thing I'm using in the commentary to supplement whatever I am talking about. I might be reacting to the content, I might be explaining it, but it typically falls under fair use. Not that reaction content does not fall under fair use, but a lot of reaction content has become incredibly lazy because it is very easy to make. I do think there is difficulty you genuinely responding and reacting in, say, music, movies, shows, TikToks, what have you, versus being like, oh my gosh, so they said this. Anyways, next video. I think there's a difference. And if that makes me a bitch, then so be it. Jacksfilms has been talking about SSSniperwolf for a while. SSSniperwolf was a gamer, still is a gamer to my understanding, who has become very prevalent in the reaction video sphere. Jack has been making a lot of videos about SSSniperwolf, essentially talking about SSSniperwolf and freebooting content, as well as talking about other freebooting people that are on YouTube now and TikTok, including Jason Derulo. I missed that. That man was paying so much money at one point for one TikTok. Like, he was making literal mini films. Dude, you were cool for a minute. And that's saying something. As far as I can tell, Jacksfilms has been making bunches of videos on SSSniperwolf and freebooting and reaction content and all this stuff. Basically trying to get SSSniperwolf as well as other creators to credit the people they're reacting to, and showing all the different ways of them, in some instances, clipping channels and stealing jokes, using their face cams to block out the actual screen names on TikToks and things like that. Someone on Twitter, I believe, explained that the way that Jacksfilms has been making these videos is to kind of do a sort of commentary on how these reaction channels just churn out content by churning out content about these reaction channels in that same regard. I was at Not Scary Farm, okay, the other night, when I see a tweet from Kavos popped up on my For You page on Twitter as I was standing in line to get on Ghost Rider, which ended up tweaking my neck. On Twitter, Kavos posted, SSSniperwolf posted this to her 5 million followers on Instagram. Wasn't censored before. This is the outside of Jacksfilms' house. What an absolute psycho. YouTube have to take major action. And it is a screenshot of the video that was posted outside of Jacksfilms' house that has since been blurred out to hide more of the house because apparently nothing was hidden of the house. And it's from like the middle of the street. Now, obviously the video has been deleted and I'm glad that it's not circulating as far as I can tell. I have no idea if street numbers were in the thing because typically there are street numbers on a lot of residential streets posted on, say, the pavement outside on the curb. Let's talk like adults at Jacksfilms. That was posted and Kavos, I believe, is the one who blurred out more of the house basically because this was just a clip showing that she was physically outside the house filming. Let's talk like adults. So the definition of doxxing is search for and publish private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically with malicious intent. I don't know if you know this, but posting the outside of someone's house, that's doxxing. It doesn't matter that she didn't post the actual address. That GeoGuessr guy found someone based on a bagel. Let's be realistic these days. And then also, let's talk like adults. I don't care what you say. If someone's outside my house and they're trying to say, let's talk, whether it's like adults, I just want to talk, anything like that, I'm treating that as a threat. Frankly, if I saw that I'm coming out with a baseball bat, don't come to my house and don't try and be like, let's chat. Let's talk like adults. I am treating you as a hostile person at that point. Because why are you pulling up on me like that? The doxing is one thing. The threat, the implied threat of let's chat, let's talk like adults, we're gone. The plot lost. I'm assuming you are not in your right mind if you are doing that shit. Jacksfilms himself has said that there was not an attempt made by SSSniperwolf to talk online or an email or anything like that. Do I know if that's the case or not? I don't know, but that's the information that we are operating with. There are so many other steps to do before showing up at someone's house. It's just, I'm also coming at this as another woman on the internet, okay? Sniperwolf, you've been on the internet for so long. You have dealt with so much backlash because you were a gamer in the space for a long time as well. And now you are, reaction content, all of that. I don't buy that there has not been a time where you have felt unsafe because you were a public figure on the internet, that someone else has not made you feel unsafe. And so for you to go and think that this is okay to do is insane to me as another woman on the internet. It doesn't matter that he's a guy. To do this to someone is insane to me. But to do this to someone when there's no possible way on the planet that you have never been put into a position where you have not felt unsafe, and then you think that that's okay to do to someone is that fuck, God. Jack then posted to Twitter afterwards because Jack was live on stream at this point in time where he was doing streaming with a group of people or something, and someone was like, did Sniperwolf just post her address? Is this your house? I checked Sniperwolf's Instagram stories after everything had been deleted, and she had been shooting content somewhere, and then it was a very someone's gonna be like, you can't tell where Jack's house is from where she was or all this stuff. And it's like, okay, she posted, I am at a shoot. We are at the studio. She posted what is very clearly, in my opinion, identifiable information. I'm not sharing that with you because one of you might be a psychopath, but clearly identifiable information of where her shoot location might be, okay? She's doing that. And then she posted to her Instagram story, this is a screenshot, should I go visit at Jacksfilms? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot. You've posted showing where you are shooting, something that is clearly identifiable, and then you do like, let's see, okay, 5 mile radius, let's see, where are the residential neighbors? Here we go. Let's hop on Zillow, everyone. Let's hop on Street View. Let's go do some geo searching. God, this is to get to this point, so many actively malicious decisions have to be made for you to get to the point of showing up at someone's house and then posting it like it's this fun rando nodding thing, okay? No, this is someone's home. This is where someone sleeps, him and his wife. That is not okay in any capacity. I don't care what your motivation is. He's been making mean videos about me. Who fuck? Be an adult. And then to say like, let's talk like adults. I'm sorry I'm getting worked up, but this is so insane to me. This is ridiculous. If this was reversed, if this had happened the other way around and Jacksfilms had done this to SSSniperwolf, I would be giving you the same fucking discussion right now, okay? None of this is fucking okay. It doesn't matter who you are. This is not okay to do to someone. I hate when fans do this. I hate when crazy stalkers do this. I hate that when I moved to this apartment, the amount of you that message me, it's like, oh my God, did they find your address? The fact that that was the assumption for why I moved is insane to me, okay? But to have another creator do this to another creator is so fucking insane to me. He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot. Should I go? Yes or no? Tagging him in that. This is a game. Like, should I do this? So Jacksfilms tweeted out, SSSniperwolf just doxed me on her IG. Creepy, gross, violating. What you do is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. At YouTube, demonetize this dangerous creator or just get her off your platform. She posted an IG story right outside of our home and deleted it. She literally posted a video of the outside of our house for all of her 5.6 million followers to see, then deleted it. In what universe do you think that's okay? In what reality do you live in where you think that behavior is justified? It's time to get her off the platform. She's no longer a silly creator that steals content. Tee-hee. She's a creep that stalks and threatens her critics. Nah, fuck that. Time to get her off YouTube. And then she posted, ew, I stepped in shit after having deleted the post. People who shit talk in DMs then suddenly become the victim when I say something mean back. Listen, I'm going to talk to you like a child since you want to act like one. You didn't say something mean on the internet. You physically went to someone's house and acted like a complete lunatic. You went to someone's house. You posted a video clip outside. You didn't DM him and say, I just found out I was at my shoot. I'm in the area apparently. I'm not far from you. Do you want to meet up for coffee and we can discuss this like adults? You didn't do that. You went to his house like a child, like one of those video clips that we used to laugh at on the internet of the girls pulling up at each other's houses, okay, to fight. If you showed up outside my house, let's talk like adults. I'm assuming you are there to fight, you are there for harm, and I'm coming out ready. You didn't say something mean on the internet. You pulled up like you were ready for a fight. You pulled up like you were ready to do something. So why would anyone else think that you were doing this just to be mean, okay? You did this to get a reaction out of him. You did this to scare him, okay? Because he made videos about you on the internet. You did that. You scared his wife. His wife has now publicly made a statement that has said that she is just a person who's not on the internet to talk about how you physically scared her, okay? And that she no longer feels safe in her home. You did that. That is something you did. You even could say that he made you feel unsafe with making the videos that he did, and that now this was your reaction. Would that have been right? No, it would not have been right, okay? Even if that is how he made you feel, to go and do this way instead of handling things, hey, he is harassing me, X, Y, and Z, that's one thing. But to say that it's just mean shit, that you said something mean back? No. You posted a video outside and publicly posted it to your massive audience. You're a woman on the internet, okay, like me. You're obviously a way larger audience than I have, okay, Sniper Wolf. I fully think that you have some fans that are probably gonna come after me for making this video and being mean to you and saying I'm not a girl's girl or some shit, okay? I don't know, but frankly, I don't think that you don't know the power you have as a woman on the internet, because I know. I don't even have right now on YouTube. My audience is like nearly 70-30, okay, women to men, okay? But if I don't think that there are a group of men, or even hell, a group of women in my audience that would be like, okay, how do I get Amanda's attention? And if you don't think that you have that same clump of your audience that would think the same thing, and they think, okay, if I go after this guy who's causing my queen problems, oh my God, that's how I get Sniper Wolf to notice me, is if I go after him. You didn't just put him in danger with yourself, you put him in danger and his wife in danger with your audience. That is something that you have now done, and that is so beyond fucked up. I truly don't believe any YouTuber or anyone with an audience who says they don't realize the power that they hold over their audience. Frankly, I don't fucking buy that shit. I think it's a cop-out that they use when they get accused of grooming, frankly, okay? Not that anyone involved has been accused of grooming, but fuck, I don't buy that, okay? Because I am nowhere near the size of Jacksfilms or SSSniperwolf, okay? And the amount of messages where it's like, I will literally crawl over glass to sniff your butthole, okay? I get dumb fucking psycho messages like that, okay? So to think that you guys don't know that that's the audience that you have as well is also childish, okay? It just,
I need to calm the fuck down.
Oh, sure enough, like I said, I don't believe that she's never felt unsafe. She has posted videos years ago saying someone stalked me, a fan followed me home. And then you do this to another person. That's insane. After Jack had tweeted that out, just doxed me on her IG, she posted again, "This creep has been harassing me for months, then plays victim saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions. It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills." You did that. You did an Instagram poll, and then you chose to go to his home, where he lives, where he sleeps, and where his wife lives and sleeps. And you chose to take a video clip of the outside of his house. You didn't take a little selfie video saying, "I'm outside his house, let's talk." You didn't do that. Would also still be fucked up, but you didn't do that, okay? You took a clip of the house. The reason people are talking about YouTube's side of this and all of that, is that YouTube previously has demonetized, at the very least, YouTubers for things that they have done off platform for a variety of things. I believe for protecting the culture of YouTube, or if they think they are poisonous to the culture of YouTube, actively committing crimes and using the fact that they are YouTubers in that regards, or even posting those crimes online. Logan Paul was demonetized for that. Shane Dawson, I believe, as well. They full on nuked Space Station. Was that him? Yeah, him. They've done that to him as well. This is Bo Black's posting this. "Protect the YouTube community. As a YouTube creator, you should remain responsible both on and off the platform. If we see that a creator's on and or off platform behavior harms our users, community, employees, or ecosystem, we may take action to protect the community. Beyond the content you upload to YouTube, here are some examples of on and or off platform behavior that we may consider to be inappropriate and result in penalties: intending to cause malicious harm to others, participating in abuse or violence demonstrating cruelty, or participating in fraudulent or deceptive behavior that leads to real world harm." So some people are saying that YouTube will not do this. They have done this in the past. So who knows? As far as I know, they have not done this to many massive female creators. I don't know if that's why. I don't want to say that that's why, but we shall find out. But at the end of the day, she has made a lot of money for YouTube, but now she is going after another fairly large creator. This absolutely has the possibility of causing harm to Jacksfilms and his wife. You may not see that, but it does not matter that that is the reality of the situation as it now stands, because all it takes is one person who is determined, who knows what to do with the information that was given, and who was able to get the information before it was deleted. And that's all it takes. I'm not trying to fearmonger. That is the reality of this. It is the reality of anyone who has been harmed over the last 10, 15, 20 years or whatever. As far as it just takes one goddamn person, okay? That's all it takes. And for her to do this is crossing a goddamn line. And none of you are gonna be able to sit here and tell me that that's not what's happened. Whether if it was a real house or fake house, based on his reaction, it's definitely his house. We have the live stream reaction of her filming the outside of his house. He has confirmed that that was his house that she posted, okay? This has been confirmed. So she can't say that it was fake, that she didn't actually do it, because that was actually his house. It's been confirmed by him. It's in YouTube's hands. We're on the weekend as I'm filming this. I'm hoping that I am able to make an edit at this point in the video saying that something has been done at the very least, or that Jacksfilms has been reached out to by YouTube saying that, hey, we're working on this, we are discussing this, something. But there needs to be something done, because this is so beyond fucked up and uncool. It's a problem.
This is the latest update from Jacksfilms, posted on October 17th. Pause to read.
That's where I'm gonna leave this, okay? I don't even want to do the question bit. Fuck. I hate this. I hate this whole thing. Time and time again, we are shown that the safety of creators is not taken seriously, okay? I talked about this in VidCon Baltimore. What I didn't talk about at VidCon Baltimore was that the fact that there was a whole time where all of us female creators were talking, okay, a good chunk of us, we were talking about how we all have creepy person folders. How I talked about like, oh yeah, I have my P.O. box and it's not in my same city, okay? My P.O. box, the one that you guys see linked down below, I don't live anywhere near that goddamn thing. It's a trek, it's a while, there's a variety of ways I get there. And I had another creator who was like, oh my God, are you worried about someone shipping you an air tag? And I said, I don't go home after I go to the P.O. box. I go somewhere else and I make sure I open everything up and I check everything. There are things that we all have to deal with. And so I'm going to say this, okay? Because despite what some comments like, oh, you're going after another women attacking women, whatever. I am a girl's girl, okay? Anyone who ever reaches out to me, I am the first person who's like, let's see how we can do this more safely. Let's talk about this. I travel alone a lot. I have other female creators that reach out to me and they're like, how do you feel safe doing that, okay? And I tell them every single goddamn time. So I'm gonna tell you this as a female creator to a female creator. You crossed a line. This is not okay. I'm gonna end this. I have a podcast. Reminder that this show is on Spotify. I'm Reminder I'm on Twitch. Fuck. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. If you also support me on Patreon, I'll have a list down below. If you'd like to follow me on social media, they'll be all up here. And that's gonna be to have a lovely day. Goodbye. Okay. It doesn't matter what you thought you were doing. It doesn't matter if you thought you were in the right to do this. You've now crossed a line. You need to respond to it and go from there.
Amy, Andrew, Alan, Awful, Aslan, BJ, Cameron, Christopher, Chris, Crispy, Crispy, Crash, China, Corey, Daniela, 31, Don, Donnie, Elliot, Evan, Eric, Eal, Ghostly, Hopeless, Homer, Incognito, Jasmine, Joe, John M, Jordan, Joseph, Justin, Kenny, Kim, Kristen, Lauren, Lamb, Lex, Lise, Luis, Mae West, Madeline, Matt, Matthew, Medic, Meme Lord, Michael, Michael J, Michael T, Micah, Nathaniel, Pat, Penn, Pink, Philip, Richard, Rob, Rosie, Red, Robert, Ross, Ryan, Sam, Serena, Skylar, Simon, Tasha, Timothy, Heavenly Plastic, Tyler, Tenzin, Tom, Thomas, QWERTY, Victor, Randy, Winter, Wendy, Will, William, Zendry, Zwink.